you think? What have you seen thematically arching?
Well, it started off with. I mean, let's be accurate. I assume this was just a character thing because I mean we didn't know about the labyrinth at this point, and I highly doubt Alex told Spencer about it. But I mean, starting off way back when, I mean, I still got a grudge with Spencer like giving out the fact that I was a Jedi like it was loose change. Like my whole thing was I was hoping for like some big reveal during like Order 66 where I was gonna like set like what's it called nobly sacrifice myself for you guys the chance to get away and do like this epic igniting lightsaber scene. And then it was just like fourth session, Stanvot reveals to the entire party that I'm a Jedi.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, ah, fuck. But I don't think that was at all linked to this. Um, I mean, I don't know if Stanvot's directly involved with what we're currently dealing with, but he knows something about it that he's hiding from us.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to do something without telling us.
He's
Um,
definitely not showing his cards.
yeah, and so that's kind of the real issue. It's like he's not telling us anything, so how can we really trust him?
Yeah. I'm getting trust issues right now. I'm not gonna lie. So I need more evidence. Like this is all I have right now. My major evidence is someone said thief, or no, someone said traitor. We didn't end up discovering who it was.
Well,
And
you know what you can do if you really want proof.
but
Do the old 1-2 I own you.
I can't though. I don't have enough to do that.
It's not just force based though.
I'm trying to think. Well,
Oh,
it's
what
not.
was that?
I'm trying to get the picture together. We have pieces here, but we need to put the fucking puzzle together.
Well, that's because we're missing a piece, and we're not going to get that final piece until Stanvot confesses.
Right, but we can still kind of see a bit of what the picture's supposed to look like with the
Well,
pieces.
presumably someone is working with Bastila, which apparently Cadmark was running jobs for him.
Wait a minute. Also, didn't we send Stanbot to meet with the supposed traitor who turned on
Yes,
him?
yes, we did.
Yeah, he was the contact for that.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, okay. So let's put some pieces together. We sent Stanbot with the turncoat. Could Stanbot have the influence the turncoat to fucking change his ways? I
He
got
could have.
I
See, the other thing is that is entirely possible. So I don't know for sure if he's working with Bastila. It's entirely possible because Stanvot, I don't think Stanvot's character would have been entirely on board with, my character becoming King of Mandalore, because that's not a very Jedi thing to do, even though he's not exactly the stalwart thing of what a Jedi should do. Um, but that sort of mentality could mean instead of working against us with Bastila, he could be working with the Republic to try and stop us.
I'm not
But
it,
I don't know about that one considering he is currently working with Maul.
I don't
That's
think it's
not normal.
I think it's deeper than that. I think they're fucking
Wait a minute.
blood buddies with
No,
each other.
hold on. He said three of us.
Wait, three of us?
He said three of us, and I said, wait, Maul's on the same
Wait, he
ship?
said wait, fuck, he said three of us.
Hold on. Ring up Cadmark again.
All right.
Because we need to be sure that Alex didn't just fuck up when he said that. Because that could be big. You maybe don't need to ring up him, but you could be like, hey, did you mean to say three of us? And then confirm three being him, Cadmark, Stanvot, and Maul. Because that means there's a Stanvot still on the ship,
Yeah.
and there's no way Cadmark wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah. All right. Let's get that cleaned up because if that's the case, then we
we
know something's definitely wrong and we need to fucking get there.
fucked up Stanvot would probably be the one that's working with Maul. Maul has some relation to this labyrinth. We know that. We don't know what.
Ah, we can't monitor them.
Actually, I can. See if I put my cam droid on them, I can.
Fuck. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on him.
We still have a destiny point. We can't use your special ability, though we could hope for Alex to flip one, in which case we did.
In which case we
Do you want me to use a? Do you want me to message Alex and say I use a destiny point to have my cam droid still on the ship?
Nah, because we might need it
We,
later.
because I mean, well, I could be completely monitoring the situation in that case.
Well, we could do that, but we already have Cadmark in an open mine.
Yeah, but Cadmark is flesh.
Yeah, but Will knows it's fucked, right? Like if his line cuts, or if we hear something that doesn't sound right, that's gonna be a cue. You said to send that to just kind of travel around, or are you going to open space? Yeah, no, I think.
Basically, keep them away from the planet.
Oh my God, what if he's gathering? Okay, hey, yo, Cadmark, we need a quick clarification on the number of people you said were there earlier. How many are on the ship?
3.
Two.
4.
Okay, that's what we were clarifying because you said 3 of us before, which would mean, and then you confirmed Maul was there, which would mean 1 Stanvot, 1 Maul, and 1 Cadmark. But you meant 3 and then 4 including Cadmark.
We
Yeah.
thought. Okay. Whew,
I
guess
gave
I'm
the ship has landed.
all right.
Sorry, where? Why you landed?
Things didn't go according to plan.
What happened?
We had an open mic. Did we hear any of this?
Yeah, we did have an open mic.
Yes, basically what you heard is he set off the engine thing, like what you described, the chemical.
Okay.
And so he kind of like, oh yeah, we need to land. Yeah, Stanva was able to get the Venator to help in that, so they were able to land on the Venator.
All right.
Okay, hold on. I feel like something's not being properly relayed here because so Maul was on the Venator fighting Obi-Wan and Stanvot. Then you say Maul and Stanvot are on Cadmark's ship, and now they're landing back on the Venator.
Well, because they were still close.
Well, that means they've taken over the Venator, or Maul has flipped, or the people on the Venator have been flipped.
I can't tell you jack shit.
Sounds pretty sus to me.
Look, I can't.
I feel like Cadmark would have a bit more information.
Other than bear with me, things make sense when all in light.
I feel like Cadmark would have a bit more information, you know? I mean,
Right.
yes, true, Dennis
Put him
is...
in this position. You don't know what they might be doing to him.
So, I've got a quick question.
You have him on a ship with a Sith and 2 high influence people.
So, yeah, I wanted to ask you about this, by the way. If I flipped our last Destiny point,
Yeah.
could I have my cam droid on the ship the whole time? Like following Stanvot?
Yes. I believe that's how it works. I mean, that's kind of one of the big things that Destiny points are used for, is to put something or grab something that you forgot about.
What do you think, Nick? Should I do it? Fuck it, I'm gonna Leroy it. I'm gonna do it. So remembering that my cam droid has been following Stanvot this whole time, I review the footage. What happened?
Okay. So the cam droid would all say, just to kind of keep all party members happy and everything, I'm going to flip a Destiny point. The feed is shitty.
Okay.
You still get pieces, and you can still hear audio, but it's not great. Kind of what you hear is the 2 Stanbots are talking. Maul gets aggressive towards one of the Stanbots. You think it looks like the eviler one because he still has like a hooded mask up. Maul like force chokes him against the wall at one point. He grabs a crystal out of his hand, gives it to the other Stanbot. The other Stanbot looks at it, kind of unsure of what to do with it. He talks to Cadmark every once in a while. Cadmark you can kind of see out the cockpit, like you can't.
Wait. When you say he, do you mean Maul or do you mean evil Stanbot?
Stanbot.
Wait. So hold on. You said he.
Evil Stanbot is being force choked against. You saw him get force choked against the wall. Maul took out of Evil Stanbot's hand that he was holding a cracked kyber crystal. At least it looked cracked on the feet. Gave it to Stanbot. Stanbot looks confused based on what to do with it. Before that, because it's kind of out of place too, because the footage is not great, and you're having a hard time skimming through it. You see that at some point, Maul and Stanbot, Maul had an aggressive stance, but Stanbot was able to calm him down, kind of doing his Jedi voodoo. You
Speaking of which, since I'm in the influence tree, and also kind of my thing, can I kind of tell when he's got them in a mesmerized state or any of that kind of shit?
Well, I mean, he just kind of there's probably a schematic or a physical component to influence, kind of like Obi-Wan's hand wave thing. We'll say there's some maybe little effect he does that you're able to pick up on.
Okay.
And he does do that.
Does he do that to Cadmark when he talks to him every now
To
and
Maul.
again? To Maul, not to Cadmark.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think you see him do it to Cadmark once.
Well, the thing is, Cadmark doesn't have any force influence, so
right. But he does it to Maul. Absolutely. That is clear.
Okay. He might have Talon. He might you see that gesture right there, and I'm just gonna point out the gesture. He definitely did that to Maul.
Well,
I'd say Kuna's just really good on picking up on people. So with that footage, you might be able to
I feel like I'd recognize the Jedi mind trick.
Possibly.
I mean, I may not be able to use it myself, but I'd know it.
You can't sense the force, and Kuna's extremely perceptive on people, so
True.
you'll be able to find out mannerisms.
Yeah, I sense the room just with my abilities, and then now I'm also in tune with.
But you wouldn't feel the force all the way from here. You would know based on your actual skills.
Right. Yeah. Which is kind of nice.
So
I guess in that case.
The main piece that I'm confused by, do they fight Obi-Wan at any point?
On the cam droid, you just see the ship never once lands and doors are never opened until at the very end the ship lands. Cadmark immediately gets out of his ship, gets in another ship, but the cam droid kind of walks towards the cockpit and hops.
Oh, it doesn't walk; it flies.
Oh, okay, it flies over to the cockpit area.
Of Stanbot?
And watches Cadmark get out of the ship, head over to another ship, kind of gives a stern talking to Stanbot, with a very dagger stare look, hops in another ship and just kind of stares at Stanbot. Stanbot hops in another ship and starts leaving, and Cadmark stays kind of staring daggers, just waiting in his ship.
Which... And there's no one with him? So hold on. I left it watching Stanbot, not Cadmark.
Yeah, it should be going with.
Okay, you watched Stanbot leave. They had a conversation. Cadmark in the background, you see him walk off somewhere. If it kind of watches Cadmark walk towards a ship that seemed to be waiting for him, and Maul and Stanbot hop on it. The troopers obviously wouldn't know that Maul exists. But they look kind of hesitant towards him because he's an imposing figure.
All right. Side conversation on another private line not connected to the one with Cadmark. I'm going to bring up Demtra and say, "Hey, Demtra, have you ever led an army before?"
I've led some insurgencies.
All right.
Not grand scale.
All right. Hate to do this to you. If you have any problems, I'm a phone call away. Otherwise, coordinate.
Boss, we got a problem here.
What do you mean?
And you guys see this happen right as she says, some of the men stop fighting. Your guys's.
What do they look like?
They all look like, they all have Black Sun insignias or other things associated with Shadow Syndicate.
Wait, even the mercs?
No, Deliverance is still fighting.
It's specifically the Black Sun people aren't fighting right now.
Well, Black Sun and any other group affiliated with Shadow Syndicate. I mean, Deliverance is affiliated with Shadow Syndicate, but it's not direct control. They're allies.
All right. So they stopped fighting. How many did they number?
I believe it was the majority.
Was it?
But let's say just in this case, because maybe you prepared better. Let's just say half.
Okay, and what's the enemy army looking like at this point?
They're down a lot, so let's just say even numbers. To,
Well, they started with 6,000. 6,000 was half of what we had.
how many do you start with? Well, no, because remember the clone troopers started landing as well.
That still doesn't change the fact that we started with 12,000. They started with 6,000.
Right, and the clone troopers were a lot. So let's just call it equal at like let's say 8,000.
Okay, what does the Black Sun people look like they're doing?
They're just stopped.
They just stopped, like kind of hiding, doing their own thing, maybe heading out, hopping in some ships and trying to get out of there.
Oh, they're leaving?
Some of them are kind of taking advantage of the spoils of war.
I'm gonna walk up to.
Wait, what do you mean spoils of war? Are they looting?
Hey, taking a weapon, just stealing shit.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to maybe one of them that looks particularly.
Some of them are organized and kind of just like helping out the wounded from deliverance, like still kind of helping out, but not like directly fighting. Kind of doing their own thing.
Alright, I'll go up. I'll go up to one that looks like he might be of a decent standing, not just a grunt.
All right, you go up to like an officer kind of looking guy, well shaven.
Okay. First things first. I am not a Jedi. We're gonna start this by using the influence tree. And I have to remember how this works. But
Roll your force rating, and you can kind of get them to feel a mood, and you kind of can get a sense of what they're doing. Well, that's a different force tree ability thing.
I'm gonna start just by kind of controlling some emotion here.
Okay.
So I don't think he's got force resistance. I'm just gonna hit him with the light side. And I will just kind of try and make him feel kind of compulsed to overshare.
Okay.
Now that he's compulsed to overshare, I'm going to use my actual skill
Okay.
and try and just kind of get him to. I'm going to try and get him to preen a little bit here. So I'm going to go up and.
Oh, so just so you know, Nick, ahead of time, unlike the other force abilities, you don't have to flip a destiny point. With this one, light side points can be used to generate positive emotions. Dark side is used to generate negative emotions.
Okay.
You don't have to like flip or take conflict or anything.
Okay. Well, fuck. I'll use both. But can you just? I don't know if you can just do that. We'll say.
Yeah, you can. You can do that.
Okay.
Though you'd have to figure out which ones would work together. Maybe fear and overindulgentness.
Anyways, continuing. With that kind of mindset, I'm just gonna say. So, heading out so soon then, huh?
Yeah, we were. Uh, you can see him kind of resist. Kind of pulls at his collar a bit. Trying to resist. We were ordered to.
Yeah, well,
By who?
I didn't quite get the memo. Maybe you could help us out. We want to make sure we're working and collaborating together, right?
Maul.
Maul, okay. Okay. And, where is he now?
I don't know. I thought he was leading a battalion somewhere.
Talon?
Hmm.
Man, Talon, you're much better at, getting the point across.
I almost cheated on my wife.
That's pretty shameful. But
I didn't.
was it a Twi'lek?
Yeah, I don't understand if it's a Twi'lek, to be honest.
Of course, it was a Twi'lek.
All right,
Alright,
listen. Let me rephrase the question. Maul went to go fight someone, to my knowledge, that he hated quite a bit. That's my guess from that scream we heard earlier. And now he's saying to retreat, when I know for a fact that enemy has not been defeated. Is Maul fleeing in cowardice? Or is the Black Sun good for nothing but cowardice in the middle of combat? I'm going to make a coercion check. So that is this. Oh,
Okay,
what's
I
the
guess just
difficulty?
a purple and 2 red.
can I aid him?
Sure.
Well, that would just be blue.
Alright.
If your coercion is better, you upgrade one of your die.
Do you have 2 yellows for
You get a
coercion?
blue.
I don't have 2 yellows.
Okay. Bummer. That's a despair, but I succeed. I succeed with 2 advantage and a despair.
Okay, you talk to him. He's like, I don't know why Maul would retreat. You have a point, but he must have the plan.
Let me ask you a question. What are your opinions of the Jedi?
I couldn't really care less, but I must now be moving my men. Your effects on him are wearing off, Kuna, and Talon, your despair is kind of like he just kind of agrees with you, but starts moving on.
Very well. So I was under the impression we had the Black Sun units in their own like unit originally. Or is that not the case?
Maul led originally when you had Maul leading the last time.
Well, I thought we just had someone else take over their group.
Majority Black Sun, and Demtra kind of led a group of Black Sun too with like her elite force.
My original thought.
There were so many Black Sun
and my
Shadows didn't get members, but this time they're kind of just spread throughout because he got rid of their central leader.
Well, my original thought was Maul taking his force with him to attack the Venator. I thought I explained that pretty frankly.
No, you made it very. You said that Camark was just picking up Stanbot.
Yes, and they have ships.
And they were going to go.
No. I said he was flying Stanvot, not Maul. And then I said he was taking Stanvot to follow after Maul and his forces.
Well, that's not what they did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know. In fact, he also took control of Maul and told him to order all his troops back, so he's double crossing us.
From what you expect.
So I'm gonna do a good old ring dyslexic frog.
I'm going to, before my influence completely fades, ask one last question. Who's in charge underneath Maul? Maul gives
You're
his
gonna have
orders
to
to
make
someone.
me make up a new fucking character.
Yep.
Shit.
That seems like one you would probably think of.
Because I'm gonna try and wrestle control of some of Maul's men right now.
My Wi-Fi is like not working on my laptop. Why are you not connecting? Fucking dumbass Wi-Fi. Insert name here until I tell you.
Alright, insert name here is the one who relays Maul's... Okay. I'm going to get in contact with insert name here.
Okay.
I mean, well, I'm gonna talk with the frog, and tell him my current thoughts about Stanvot.
Frog you can contact.
Hey, Master Yoda, how's it going with that fight?
On way, I am.
All right. So figured I'd give a heads up on this one. I think Stanvot. I don't know if he's directly betraying us, or if he has some third party, but he's currently working with Maul and is on the other Venator. They were not engaged at all by the troopers on that Venator. Uh, and now they're acting all buddy buddy, which I don't remember Stanvot being all buddy buddy with Maul. Um, based off of some gestures he made, we're pretty sure he force influenced Maul, and I'm not quite sure what they're planning on doing with this. I was curious, what did you pick up from him when you last saw him, like with the whole labyrinth stuff?
Powerful, you all are. Powerful in labyrinth, he is. Powerful in muscle, you are. Powerful in mind, Frog is.
Isn't he a fish? I thought you were from.
I am fish.
Thank you, fellow amphibious creature.
You know, I just thought about something. I'm going to reach my hands towards the sky and try and grab hold of the labyrinth and tear it down. I can't think of a better way to describe it. Basically, like I'm reaching up to tear down the sky, as if we're in some kind of illusion or some kind of loop. I want to reach up.
The force is all around us and it binds us all together. The true is the labyrinth. The labyrinth is the force itself.
Yeah, I know.
You are going to pull labyrinth no matter where you are. It's
yeah.
always around you.
Do you get what I'm trying to say, though, Alex?
You want to see if you're in the labyrinth.
More or less, yeah. And or like how if there's any big tethers, I want to try and I mean my big thing is strength, though I imagine this would still be a force check. I want to try and use my strength to rip the labyrinth or see if I can pull at it, like maybe pull the labyrinth to me or rip it down from the sky. Maybe I can figure out where Stanbot's using it and rip it away from him. I don't know.
When originally...
No, it doesn't work like that. You would have to know if you're in the labyrinth in order to directly manipulate. You have to be within a labyrinth space in order to directly manipulate. You have to be in like that fourth dimension. In order to directly manipulate the things around you. You can try to tell if you're in an illusion by making a willpower check.
Yeah, I think that's the number. Earlier when that one priest or whoever did it, we were in a loop. And
yeah.
Sure, I guess I'll do it. I'll do a willpower check.
You can make a willpower to see if you're in one, but just kind of you would obviously be able to pull something because the labyrinth is always around you. It's just whether or not you're in that fourth dimension space.
That's what we want to figure out.
I guess can I make a willpower check to see if I'm in that fourth dimensional shape?
Yeah. Let's give it. This is a higher powered area. Like it's a labyrinth rating 3, so give it 3 purples.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh, that was gonna be much worse. I don't know if you can assist me on willpower.
No, it's not an extremely high labyrinth area yet. At least not until stage 2.
And is this like a just my willpower, no force additions?
Yep, it's just willpower.
I succeed. I have a lot of threat though. I have 2 threat left over.
You're not in the labyrinth.
Alright, so this is reality. We're not in a loop.
Yep.
Okay. I'm actually very curious about my whole ripping the sky down thing now. I kind of want to try that.
You just pull labyrinth out of it. The labyrinth is the force. It's just a living force that it's its own thing. It's like take the idea of universal energy. All right. Take the idea of when you eat something, you are taking energy. Like when you eat a cow, you are getting energy from that cow.
Okay then.
Energy from grass.
I thought of something.
Energy, labyrinth binds absolutely everything.
I want to try something, and Nick could possibly help. In fact, he might be better than at this with me. Can I, like I said, I want to try and pull and shape the labyrinth energy. Use it to either A, reinforce our current units, so like maybe like make them feel stronger, make them move faster, make them be able to take more shots before they go down, or B, create mist soldiers like Wraith to fight the enemies.
You're not powerful enough to do that without destiny points, but I do like the idea of being able to let you do more stuff like that, which is why I kind of gave you guys the labyrinth-based extra abilities. I'm gonna say if you want to start pumping XP into specifically labyrinth type stuff, I can create an idea for that, like based on the labyrinth rating I give it, what you can kind of do within it.
Okay. So like it's another system for me to spec tree into.
That's what I'll start doing.
I'll probably wait.
So what would I be capable of doing with a labyrinth then?
You can kind of like.
Is my only
body.
my only thing is physically.
I'd say you could stretch it to hone other people's, like one other person or maybe like two other people if they're already like a stronger or if they're already weaker. Like weak people, you could do a couple. Strong people already, you could do just one.
You think we could enter it?
With the destiny point, you could do a medium-sized group of people.
Okay.
Like stuff like that.
I feel like we're gonna need that destiny point soon, so I'm gonna hang on to that.
I need to check something.
That being said, or this being said, I've left Demtra control. At the same time, trying to get in contact with
Silhouette 8,
the
of
guy
course.
at the mall right now.
Yep, insert person name here. You try to contact him, one of his aides picks up.
His name is Insir Person. Pearson. Insir Pearson.
Insir Pearson. Alright, Insir Pearson's aide picks up.
Hello? This is from the Collaborative War Front on the Divergence side. We are hailing to speak with insert person name here.
No, it's Insir Pearson.
Insir Pearson.
Insert Pearson.
We're kind of busy over here.
Well, perhaps we could provide aid, but we need to speak first.
What do you need?
Do they seem like they're trying to retreat? Can't tell, but
they are he says we've been ordered to get out of here, but we're fighting off the last group that's preventing us.
Yeah, we can try and help you get out, but we need to know where you are.
We're on the west front, northwest.
All right, we'll be there, and insert some probable time we would get there.
So, did Stanvot get into Cadmark's ship?
No.
So they got
into separate ships.
Did I see what the ship looked like?
Looked like a drop ship.
Was there like a number inscribed upon it at all?
Hey, have the camera.
No, it was a shitty feed. So
okay.
You don't know.
Is my cam droid on it?
No.
Oh fuck.
Hang the cam droid over their navigation table. See where it's going.
Well, it's apparently not on the dropship.
Well, yeah, but.
Well, the cam droid's on the dropship. If you want to flip the last destiny point, you can say the cam droid followed them in and they didn't see it.
I mean, it's really small.
Yeah.
Fucking do it. We need eyes on them.
Okay, yeah. I mean, given that was its only job, I mean.
Right, yeah, just we need to.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's there. In which case, can I tell where they're coming in by based off of the signal or something?
They're about to enter orbit. The only reason I'm saying they're not in atmosphere yet is because I want to see what Stanbot's gonna do. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Okay.
You guys are kind of polling at what point in time you guys are ahead at narratively.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, to put it bluntly, in case he tries to land, when that ship comes in, presumably close enough to us, I'm going to grab it out of the sky.
Okay.
Because that is silhouette. You don't have move. I have silhouette 3, which should be enough to grab a dropship.
You guys good here?
I just wanted to give you that heads up, just so you knew.
Sure. Yeah. We'll do that. All right.
Things are getting juicy. How many destiny points have me and you gone through just for spying on him? Wait, hold on. I flipped one, right?
Yeah.
Then he flipped it back.
Yeah, because he made the camera.
But Spencer already used one of them. That's why. I was like, hold on, were we missing one? Yeah. Interesting. So we know.
Ring.
Hello?
We're flying around a battle here.
Huh!
It's Cloud.
Talon makes a verbal
Fun trick you pulled with
knowledge.
Tadmark there.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
our trick.
Yeah, you too.
Hmm? What trick are you talking about?
Oh yeah, sure. Like we don't know about it, Stamvot. Oh, one sec. I cleave a guy in half.
Hmm. What could you...
What? Tell us about this trick, why don't you?
What trick? The fact that I just made sure Basil is not going to be showing up again?
Uh-huh. Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? How's that, to be specific?
Did a little bit of deduction. Maul knew a few things. Put two and two together. Figured out what it was. It's currently sitting on a Republic cruiser at the moment.
So I've got a question for you, Alex. Is he currently entering atmosphere right now?
No, I'm already
But
landed.
he's on the way.
Oh, you already landed, you say?
Mm-hmm.
On the planet?
Yes, on the planet.
Yeah, you sure about that one? Alex, he's saying he came in for a landing.
Well, he can say that, but as far as time,
Oh,
he'd
well,
be
I,
coming in for a landing.
Yeah, I'll be
I
coming
guess,
in for a
'cause-
landing.
Yeah, because you guys have pulled back and forth on who's getting ahead in time as far as narrative's time.
all right. So, why are you buddy with Maul?
So if you want to try to enact the plan or something before he lands, that's he's about to land.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna grab him. Well, hold on.
I
I don't
have
want
my own
Sta-
plan for him.
It'd be kind of
What are
metagaming
you
for.
doing right
It'd be
now?
it'd be kind of metagaming to straight up say this, and Stanbot would hear it. I mean, so I'm just gonna do what I told you I was gonna do, Alex.
All right.
I don't think there'd be an immediate tell.
I
I mean,
guess roll then.
yeah. Let me check exactly. It is okay. So I can increase it to that much, and it's a. Let me.
What am I about to get hit with?
When did Star Wars turn into Mafia?
Wait,
What?
Mafia?
I'm so
What?
confused
What?
what's going on.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, I have enough. Just barely.
Okay. Standby. You're flying the ship in.
Well, I'm not flying.
And it just whoever's flying it freezes in midair. Something's resisting.
Oh. Well,
As you go into land.
how close am I to the ground? Or how close are we to the ground?
You're a good few hundred feet up.
Do I have that much range on my jump?
What's your jump distance?
Probably not. Let me look.
Guys,
If I have to look, that probably means no.
well, if you have the basic force leap for the vertical, it's short range. If you have the upgrade for long range, sorry, not long range, medium range.
Oh. Yeah, I can go to medium range.
Then you can probably make it.
Stand by
Though-
Maul,
though-
drop in.
Though, if you have any, well, hang on, you could make it. Maul may not be able to make it. Big difference there.
Or, wait a
And
second,
if
could
you're,
just stop. Wait, wouldn't his metal legs make it easier for him to do that?
I mean, a person with
I'd probably
prosthetics.
enhance it, but I don't think it could do 300 feet.
True. Or I could just, okay, what if I counter his force ability right now? And also, how does he know which one I'm in?
That's a very good question. I can't tell you.
Move versus move.
Well, it would be, but he'd have to know where I was.
Well, no, he could still try to move the ship forward though. If he had a
I
high
could do some
I
labyrinth
I
shit to get
guess.
around this too, probably.
Oh, please do.
So you couldn't do a labyrinth effect. You could try to manipulate the labyrinth a bit, but you'd just kind of be pulling at it.
True.
Now,
So
they came up with they brought up a good point. I'm thinking about this. You've interacted with this more, but each area has like a different labyrinth rating,
Yeah.
and it can change based on things that happen. So I'm thinking of letting you guys dump stat like XP in, and depending on how much you put into it, I can give you like an ability or something, kind of like a new tree.
All right, so now that we've dealt with that, Stanvot, I've got a good question for you. First off, how did you and Maul end up to be all friendly on a ship owned by the Republic where Maul wasn't attacked right off the bat?
I have my ways.
Okay. Next off, how's the other Stanvot doing?
He's good. Why?
Oh, you sure his neck's not sore at all?
Can't imagine what you're talking about.
Oh, is that so?
Someone whose neck's going to be very sore once I get through with him.
I see.
Let's drop the pretenses. What do you know?
Everything.
Probably
You
not.
underestimate me a lot, Stanvot, but I've been at this spying and looking about a very long time.
Then let's see. What do you know?
Well, revealing my hand would be a foolish move. Instead, it's smarter to make you reveal yours.
Well, that's not happening. Tell me, what do you hope to gain by stopping me here?
Well, I believe I've caught a traitor.
To what?
I've yet to figure that out yet. But see, I feel like I've gotten to know you well enough, and at least the Stanvat that was a bubbling young Padawan when I first met him wouldn't be caught dead working with half a Sith.
You clearly don't know anything.
I know you're how to put it? A young man who jumps far too frequently on your emotions when it comes to people you care about. You you try to play the heroic and good-natured individual, but deep down you're just as broken as I am. But that doesn't change the fact that you did hold one principle quite closely, and pretty much this entire time, you stood against us working with Maul. And yet here I see you buddy-buddy with him, after I see him choke your counterpart and take a crystal from him. So either you are the traitor, the other you is the traitor, or there's some third party. Now, I'm not saying you're directly working with this whole labyrinth bullshit, but you're involved with something right now. And I'd quite like to know what.
You know what? Let's start it off on this foot. Give us the crystal, Sandbot.
The crystal can't come here. If the crystal comes here, so does Bastila.
So who was carrying it?
Then who has it now?
Currently, it's on the Republic ship. It will go. We can deal with this after your little game is over.
So my question,
Cadmark is fine.
why'd
He
you
almost wanted to kill me, but I stopped him.
why did he try to kill you?
Because you guys told him that you guys didn't want me coming down here, so he tried to enact that.
What did you think we told him to do?
He just wanted to keep me in space, but I can't stay up there. I have to be down here.
And why is that?
And why is that?
I have my own reasons.
Well, you
Yes.
down here, Stanbot.
Huh,
Tell
you
us why.
think.
Notice something interesting, Stanvot. As you remember, back on Mustafar, we learned Maul's effectively the leader of the Black Sun and Shadow Syndicate. He has given the order for all of his troops to fall back.
Stanbot gave that order.
Yes, I know. Stanvot's in control of Maul. So what's the deal with that?
What could possibly be my motive? Are you dumber than I thought?
All right. Well, why don't you enlighten us, Mon, so that we can understand your grand scheme?
Grand scheme, it's not as complicated as you think. I mean, take a guess.
All right.
Hang on, I got this. He's going with the same hollow plan as Bastila or Revan or Vitiate. He's gonna conquer the galaxy, and then nothing, and then what next?
Huh?
Well, first
You're
off, you
really
have no
not
idea what
as
that's
you guys really are not as intelligent as I thought you were. Jesus.
Maybe if you consider the fact that you've been hiding shit from us from day one, you probably have basic knowledge that you've been refusing to give to us for whatever reason.
Yeah, why don't you complete the puzzle?
I wonder why it is that we aren't trusting of you right now.
Well, I admit that
You
shouldn't
leave.
be trusting
We see you leave with Maul when the plan was to follow his forces as they attacked the vessel and then engage them to assist the Republic to try and get them
Okay,
to
first off,
side with us.
First off, the way that went over is Alex's doing. I had nothing to do with getting the ship with Maul. That was all how Alex did things.
Well, it's Alex's fault then.
That's not
Hold on,
Stanbot's
hold
fault.
on.
You can't
What?
hold that against him.
That's Alex's fault. I said it pretty. I said it pretty flat what the plan was, and
Yeah, he did. You did too, but
All right, listen. We might be a little bit stupid, might be a little bit retarded skis, but we know when we're getting fucked in the ass, Stanbot.
took you long enough to figure it out. Honestly, you really thought I'd be in favor of this, giving Mandalore over to a bunch of murderers, yourself included, Talon.
who are the other murderers? I mean, my thing is murdering Hutts. I don't think I've killed anyone but a Hutt this entire time.
This entire battle could have been avoided. There's no point in what we're doing here.
All right, then what are we supposed to be doing, Stanbot?
Working to figure out who's pulling strings in the Senate? Because
Hey,
it just so
by-
happens that whoever's pulling strings in the Senate knows about the boxes in the labyrinth.
Oh, well, that's useful information to know. By the way,
Yeah, I just figured it out.
Kuna, you see Talon do a little fist pump because when we were discussing on our own, one of the things that I threw out there was I bet you Stanbot's probably doing something to try and stop me from from invading Mandalore.
Oh, I'm sure. Like it's like this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah. So Stanbot, I'm going to bring you down to land beside me. All right. You're going.
That's a mistake, Talon.
And why is
That's a
that?
mistake.
No, there's more people in there. I don't feel like dealing with three of them.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
What do you think I'm going to do if I... What happens if Mandalore the Great is defeated?
You become Mandalore the Great?
Yes, and then I stop this fighting.
Unfortunately, that probably wouldn't. Okay, for Spencer, that's not how that would work. The fight, if you did it before the fight start, yes. It would not work like that at all. Middle of the fight, me saying stop. I
Also,
defeated
cutting
Mandalore
down-
the Great.
Also, cutting down leadership would sure do...
Cutting down
do a
leadership.
bunch
Nope,
to help-
decapitate. You'd have to kill Kuna for that, and that would be murder in
I
cold
don't
blood.
have to kill him, I just have to shut him up for a few hours.
And he's got a pretty big mouth.
Which would pretty much mean killing him.
Yeah.
No, I can just take him away to some place where he can't harm anyone with his speech.
Actually, I'm not even going to say anything, cause Nick, there's a little interesting thing that we know that would could possibly affect that plan.
Alright, well let's at least start by imposing some disadvantages. Like Oi 2, radio him in as a bogey to the army.
Wait a minute, what? Oh, maybe don't do that.
Wow, you're gonna shoot me down after all we've been through.
His ship. Yeah.
You're threatening to murder us.
I'm radioing.
I'm not going to kill you.
Alright.
Just gonna make sure that you don't get your way. I don't agree with this. Anything about this. I've never agreed with it.
Yet you're willing to work with a Sith.
That's for different purposes.
And what is
That's
that
for getting-
purpose?
That's for getting us out of our actual issue.
Okay, so woe is me, you know?
You were okay with your clothes. I still like you to Sorry, Nick.
That's okay. You know him better than I do. Go ahead, Talon.
All right. I'd still like you to explain why you're so calm about your clone being choked by Maul. I saw the whole thing. I saw him being choked before having a crystal taken from his hand. So tell me, what was the deal with that?
Didn't want to give it up. Has some sort of attachment to it. Don't ask me.
And is
I
that
can
the
only
is that
understand
the
from
same
someone.
crystal inside of Revan's lightsaber?
No, they're quite different. That's Bastila's. He stole it from her at one point.
I see, and is that the tether?
That's Bastila's tether, how she keeps on showing up.
Hmm.
Had no clue, but was still attached to it.
Well, it appears sending you guys off planet was the right move. But
It
what
was
is
going to
he
leave
doing?
regardless. Him? He's still gonna work with me, as long as he wants to stay here.
Well, what I don't understand is how are you making sure the crystal is staying on that vessel?
Because he's with me. And I also
And no one else could...
The council has been informed of the crystal.
Oh, you've been doing this for a while.
Yes.
No,
It's been a very long time.
I guess
Well,
that
not a
explains
very
why...
long time.
Alright, I suppose that explains why the Venators showed up out of nowhere.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, I figured it was him to start with, but I mean...
Yeah, no, but...
Again, really not that hard to figure out.
Once again, heads up, they would not have been able to make it from Coruscant to Mandalore in the time
When do you
frame.
think I told them?
Well, within the time,
Do you need me to
if
do
we
the
take
hyperspace
if
calculation?
we take
Also,
the
who said they had to
time,
go from Coruscant to Mandalore? They could have been closer.
I mean, Yoda was one of them. He was probably on Coruscant.
Yoda could have also been doing other stuff. Look, this plan has been going on for way longer than you think.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
This has been a long...
It's been going on since before we left
I
Coruscant.
told you it makes sense why the ships were there.
Yeah, no, I get
Plus,
it.
there was Labyrinthy, Daphne, Goofy, Shooty that made Yoda go, ooh, that's interesting.
Alright, so you pretty much set this up so that Bastila couldn't come back to this point.
Yes.
Alright. Respectable, however, you know what Talon does to people who cross, right? I don't think I have to explain that.
Yes, except he won't be doing that to me.
I mean, that's an awfully
Right,
bold assumption.
Right, because as it stands, you're not going anywhere.
This is a fair point. And Stanvat, I'd like to avoid killing you. I really would. But I do have a duty at this point. I do not wish for anyone to die, in case that wasn't
Yet
obvious.
you started this regardless.
It would have happened. It would have happened whether I got involved or not. This is a
could
way
have
to put an
stopped the
end to
terrorist
it.
Attacks. You could have ended this. Yet you
One
chose to
man's
fight.
terrorist is another
You
man's
chose
freedom
your own
fighter.
Power
Wait,
over,
what?
over the safety of the people.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, this is exactly what you did.
Really? Someone who chooses his own power would openly tell everyone to stand down before war, to take shelter, to supply on food so that way they would not be harmed, would openly promise that anyone who did not wish to fight would not be punished for doing so, while I'm sure the government in charge is rounding them up and executing them as traitors.
That's not
Tell
what
me,
happened.
is that power grabbing, or is it attempt at freedom fighting?
Why are you doing this in the first place?
Well, I think my intents are rather clear. Yeah, I've had them from the very start. I want a force to clean up the galaxy. A galaxy that is currently plagued by a certain filth. And I can't imagine you would side with them. Those
Side with them,
god-awful
no.
slugs.
Wish for their entire destruction, also no.
And how could you not?
It's not that difficult.
You've not seen the things that I've seen. You
I've
don't
seen
know.
a damn lot.
You
have no
don't
clue
know
I've seen.
what they have their hands in. You don't know the
I've seen more
horrors
than
that
you
they've
know.
been able to do. Maybe you have, but you've not seen enough.
You haven't seen more than I have, I can guarantee that.
I actually
I
am
don't know.
curious. I'm actually curious. Who knows? Who's seen more about Hut stuff, Kuna or Talon? Because like,
Meanwhile, stand by two in the background, me and all flashbacks.
The reason I'm saying this all is because I'm assuming that I got to see some shit when I was stuck in the labyrinth for that time.
I mean, you could only. There's only so much
Based off
though.
the fact that I gained XP over that time, I had to have been doing something.
I was kind of.
Kind of living out some alternate realities too, basically.
Yeah. So I.
Yeah, but I mean, the
thing.
thing is, I'm not sure how likely you would be to run into a hut without Talon's impla.
Because almost all my alternate realities involve you. Remember, that's kind of how this goes. There's only so much of a difference between.
Well, that means
between
alternate
sections.
Stanvot has been much worse at keeping Talon in check.
Except for the
I've only killed
Or-
2
or-
huts. We've been going at this for a year, and I've only killed 2 huts.
Or things turned out, or circumstances turned out, forced us in different directions than it happened.
Anakin, you killed a bunch of younglings. There's only 12 of them.
You know what? I ain't even gonna.
Hold on, Alex. Don't you try to defend the huts here.
But
There's a very big difference.
Stanva, don't exclude yourself from the murderer role. All right, if we're gonna get real technical with our murderer,
Yeah, you've killed more people than I have.
you've killed more people than I have actively killed.
You've
Kuna,
you've
that
maimed
doesn't count
so
for you.
many people.
I will accept
Kuna, you've
Talon's
never pulled a
criticisms.
trigger.
I've never pulled a
I will
trigger.
I will accept Talon's criticisms, but I refuse to accept Kuna's.
Yeah, I accept
Kuna,
on
you
that
go
part.
down
I
the
mean,
hole
that's
for that
that's
one.
that's that's kind of like saying I may have dropped the bomb, but I didn't cause it to blow up.
I did cause it.
But you're still responsible.
Oh, I won't pretend.
Stanva, you've killed and maimed far more people than I have.
That's a difference in opinion.
That's not a difference in opinion.
Well, let's
Actually,
start here.
numbers.
How
I've
many
killed
peop-
like 4 people throughout the entire
How
campaign.
many people are dying today because of what you're doing? It's gotta eclipse me. There's no way.
Actually, considering the way Talon goes on a rant about the methods of which Durasteel, Beskar, and laminate armor function, the casualty rate is likely going to be very low, as well as the maiming rate. Though a large amount of soldiers will currently be unconscious, and some may be trampled as a result of moving armor units, the likelihood of actual death is going to be fairly low.
Man, I didn't know
Ha!
he was just too.
That's probably not how that's actually gonna work, but okay.
I mean, that's how it does work, though.
No, not at all.
That is the whole point of the laminate armor, is that you will get knocked the fuck out, but you will not die.
That's the whole thing with the Jedi, though. They're very, very willing to key into their ideals, but they're never willing to make sacrifices to actually get it done.
What do you mean
got
by
2
that?
Batmans and then Joker sitting back there.
wait, hang on. I need to know who is who.
Kuna's obviously
you guys
the Joker.
are
Are you
Batman.
kidding me?
You guys are both Batman, and then Kuna comes in with literally like a Joker line. You're always talking about these ideals. But really, this is life.
Pretty much, yeah. You're always talking about just absolutely pushing these ideas, trying to do the best, but you're not willing to get dirty for it.
It's almost like getting dirty also forgets our ideals.
Listen, Stanvot. Ideals are a great thing to have. It means that you can strive for a better future. Unfortunately, a utopia and an idealistic
what it
world
was.
are all impossible. That's not how the world works. Someone somewhere down the line will be getting dirty. Someone will be bleeding. Someone will be killing. That will happen no matter what. You can't just... There will be people starving on planets while everyone seems to be happy and fine on the capital cities. That's
And
not...
You just so happen to be the person causing that at the moment.
No. Did you not realize? Did you not see the disrepair this planet was in before we arrived?
Have you ever heard of Space Great Britain? I know news of Space Great Britain doesn't get along, out this way, but good old Space Great Britain was having a field day over on Mandalore, hypothetically, okay? And Mandalore said, man, we really don't like conforming to Space Great Britain right now. So we're just helping Mandalore deal with his sugar daddy great Space Britain, okay?
I don't know what you just said, Kuna, so I don't know if I can agree with it.
Kuna's fucking baked.
I think it must have been the G's from flying him around.
Something bad was in his womp rat.
Yeah, I had a wrong Womp Rat order from Womp Rat guys.
Right.
My point stands, okay? They're revolutionaries and they want to reclaim.
There are 2 ways this could go. A big fight.
And he had the power to change that. Yet what did he do?
Are you sure I would have been able to change it? At this point, they're basically
They literally worship you.
Yeah, but at this point they're
As God
basically
King.
bought and sold by the Shadow Syndicate, the group you are now controlling. And I'm not sure, like I've mentioned, I've been at this much longer than you, Stanbot, but an insurgent group won't just die. Something like them, even if I told them to stand down, to stop fighting, maybe some would. But there would be those that would go underground and splinter, and they'd attack the average civilian. They'd not try and
And what do
fight
you
in a
think
fair
those
fight.
people are doing right now?
Hey, listen.
Attacking the average civilian.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Yes, I guarantee you that there are people who are doing that.
Not under the
Yeah, no, not under this current leadership. We went through the whole thing about that.
Yeah, I have no dissent, but my dissent rate's 0.00.
Impossible. That's literally impossible.
I mean, have you seen his? Have you seen? I mean, hell, what was his biggest feat so far? Convincing.
Have you ever met me? Have you ever seen me command the CIS before?
No, actually. And also, those are droids. Those don't count.
Actually, droids can dissent.
Not always.
I'd say at this point in the war, they'd probably be able to dissent, wouldn't they?
Not at
Because they were given free thinking at one point.
I don't know. I don't know the timeline on that.
They're also mammals, not all.
Droids
all
weren't given free
droids.
thinking in my world. As I told you, if you too complicated to think about it.
Also,
What do you mean?
the CIS was destroyed, so that as well. So, yeah, my 0.00 absolute fantastic. Why do you think they got rid of me? It's because I'm too damn good at my job.
Actually, you never told us why they got rid of you, Kuna.
Oh, yeah, you're right, I did.
Stanbot 2 is going to pipe up in the back and say, I know.
Why'd they do it, Stanbot 2?
I gained a bit too much power too fast. Someone didn't like him, so out he went.
Was it his rival?
Yeah, was it my rival?
Depends on the version. Depends on the timeline.
What do you think? What do you guys? Are we gonna place bets on this one? Hey, by the way, Alex, while I'm currently having this whole conversation, and Spencer, when I say this, don't get metagaming on this one. All right. How far has the battle progressed? While I'm currently stalling him.
That's a great question.
I've been stalling for quite a while.
I don't know.
I mean, we were faring really well to
But it's
start
not like
with.
I'm a commander.
I'm just flabbergasted that I legitimately actually have a headache. Like, I actually have a headache. It's been going on.
Alright.
I'm assuming the Venators have probably
Has
showed
you-
up by now and have landed troops and are doing everything.
I am also
Yeah.
Because
the
he
one Venator's
can
already
literally
done that.
only stop my ship.
Speaking of that, a second Venator appears in orbit. Sorry, second.
Talon, I'm gonna tell you now. This could have ended differently. Could have been different.
I think you're overestimating things. I truly do.
See,
I
love
think
how you
I
guys
think
are saying that there's no way that Talon could have possibly stopped the terrorist attacks, while with the same breath claiming that there's no dissent because of Kuna's leadership. You cannot have both at all.
well,
There's no way you can.
no, Spencer, that's linked to the function of how terrorist groups work and how insurgencies work. What I'm referring to is talking about insurgencies. There's another thing that has to do with the way that soldiers work. Big difference. Insurgents are not soldiers. The greatest intent of an insurgency or terrorist group is to survive, meaning they will pop off, they will slide past, shoot up a civilian van, and then when military units go to try and help, they'll start shooting from the hills or from the buildings to try and kill them. They do not follow the same orders as soldiers, the same rules in war as soldiers do. Even if you want to argue soldiers don't follow rules, there is a much more disciplined nature to soldiers than there is to the functions of which a terrorist or insurgency group will take.
Possibly.
So
but you
the
decided to
other
change
the
that in,
other
like,
big
a
thing
week.
the other big thing is the fact that currently all civilians have either left the planet or are currently boarded up, locked inside their homes. There's no one out on the streets. There's no one in view of that. So either someone's making a big scene in the middle of a fight trying to break down a door, which I feel like would get them shot by the other side, Or there's no civilians for them to attack.
Hold up, there is civilians.
Before you said pretty much the majority of the city
I
had
said
left,
that
and those that haven't were inside.
the civilians that were left either formed militia groups
Oh
on
yes.
either side, mostly going towards your side because of your speech. Some were taking advantage of the situation, and others were staying inside.
Okay, I forgot about the militias. I kind of grouped them as like not the
I
same
mean, those
thing.
kind of count as soldiers.
Yeah, the militias I wouldn't. I mean, they're the same thing like insurgencies or terrorist groups where they have, or freedom fighters or whatever the fuck you want to call them, where they have their own
But you're
set of things.
responsible for inciting them.
Yes,
Um,
and also, so Aiden,
though-
I totally agree with what you're saying with the whole insurgency thing, but you literally changed them from insurgents to proper soldiers, or at least as far as you're concerned, within a week. Who's to say you couldn't have done that anyways?
What do you mean done that anyways?
You could have focused their energy more
What?
towards other things. You know your goal. You know what you want.
Well, I know that, but they're not. I feel like logically, Death Watch wouldn't. The main reason why I'm trying to do this right now is to cement loyalty to then have a group to help me compete with my goal. All right, function. What I want it to turn Mandalore into is basically an anti-piracy planet, which basically sets up, like, say for example, outposts in various spots. They function with the Republic. Yeah, all that stuff. But as it is now, I'd have maybe Death Watch, and I don't believe they'd be quite so willing to help me if I'm not willing to help with their thing.
And who's to say they're going to be willing to help you afterwards?
Well, the fact that I'm going to, yeah, that's kind of the thing.
The
I
same
mean, it'll
reason
agree.
why they would have helped you in the first place.
Well, no, because
You could
right now I am a legend.
You can definitely sell it to them in other ways.
Okay, well maybe if we had some destiny points to rewind time, perhaps we could try that again. But someone used our destiny points to rewind time.
Wait, how did he rewind time? And wait, no, he literally could not have. Wait, Alex?
Yes, he could have.
What did I talk to you about?
What?
We specifically discussed it was 2 to do that.
Yes. Wait, where's another destiny? There's a second destiny point flipped, though.
Yes, I flipped that after you flipped the first one.
No, they haven't done that today.
Oh, okay. I'm very confused with that.
No,
Okay,
he's talking about.
Okay. Also, I flipped the first one for a very important reason, aka to get information about why Bastila's doing, about Bastila and how she's showing up. That's what I used that for.
Out of Maul?
Huh? No. Yes. Kind of. Both.
A lot of things.
Oh, you probably could have just had Kuna mind meld him.
Look, sometimes I want to do stuff on my own. Okay? You guys get to run off and do all your taking over government.
You pretty much do shit all on your own. You haven't told us shit throughout the whole campaign, Spambot.
Yes, it's fun. Fun. I like it.
Has made it very interesting.
So, are you gonna let me down?
What exactly is the influence you're wielding right now, Stanvot?
Influence? Practically none. I don't control any soldiers. I don't lead any armies at the moment.
The only way I will be willing to stand down in order deliverance to stand down is if the Republic is willing to recognize them as a state. Free to
Mandalore or the moon?
That's a damn
Just
good
getting
question.
them to accept taking over the entire planet might be a bit of an issue.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about a taking over of the entire planet. One of two things could be A, either institution of a split. You know how the Spartans had their things? They had the wise guy and they had the fighter guy?
Yeah.
Something like that on Mandalore. Or recognize the moon, which I'm not sure how that would hold up. I also don't understand the wholety of planetary governments because I feel like an entire planet wouldn't actually be so willing to agree with each other. But you know.
It's probably a completely. That's probably a whole social structure that we can only theorize what it would
Yeah, like I'd be like, just give us
Like,
half the
Kinda what
planet
we
or some shit.
probably need.
Like the entire social structure of living in a galaxy-wide civilization, like how you think of yourself and your town versus your city or your planet and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, we can only guess at what that would actually be like.
But see, the thing is, whenever I view it, I always imagine it's like there's either some full conquering that happens at some point, or like everyone converts to something. Like we're not
Right.
going to have when we have that massive space
Versus-
age, we're not going to have like the Earth Council. We're going to have like we're going to have something where it's like Russia's predominant, United States predominant. Someone's going to be the predominant head. There's not going to be this joint council utopia bullshit. Someone's going to be the head
Well,
for a
there's
very
gonna be
specific
one.
reason.
Whether or not it actually does.
Well,
anything
it's going. Well, there's
is
definitely going to be people.
completely
Right, there's going to be people from each region, of course, but there's not going to be like a governments unifying together for the sake
Can
of
we
this.
do a Hunger Games and I get a bow?
What? No. So
Instead of countrywide Hunger Games. Except I don't want any South Koreans in there. If South Koreans are in there, I'm out. Because South Koreans are the best archers in the world.
They really are, for some reason. Okay,
So-
back on topic then. Back on
So, my desires are either that or the recognizing of Concordia as its sovereign nation, which is
And
given
couldn't you
a
have
seat.
done this before the fighting started.
No, because we could have taken over if you hadn't called in Venators. And then immediately redirected resources to dealing with all
You
the damage.
Still could.
No, because the Republic wouldn't have taken us seriously.
No, you still could have done
You
something.
still could take over the
Li-
planet.
I mean, you still could try. I'm not gonna let you, but you could try.
You're really putting a damper on things.
It's the job.
You can still
I actually
do.
like, personally speaking, I do feel kind of bad about doing all this, but character-wise, I just realized.
Okay, let's take this in the alternate direction. You tried like nothing to convince us of these. So you're being pretty hypocritical here. No. Your first thing was, I'm leaving. I'm going off planet to deal with the box.
Look,
That
look,
was
look,
it.
Look. It's a game. It's collaborative storytelling. It's interesting. You have the situation as presented in front of you. Interact with it. It doesn't really matter what happened when, because you don't have the destiny points to go back in time. Or
No, Talon is openly arguing with Stanbot right now.
So you can still take over the planet. You could go just fucking storm the castle essentially, and just go straight for the head of government instead of trying to go through the troops. Like go in like a more secretive route, because you have Maldaw's elite force. You could try to find a truce and a solution in a peaceful manner. Or you could try to create something crazy that you come up with. Whatever.
If you guys want to sue for peace, I will be right there to help.
Here's what I will do. I am going to storm the Capitol building. Once I get in there, I am going to proclaim and call for a truce, at which point I will suggest the idea of a dual government, one that functions with a mindset similar to Deliverance on one end, and the current government on another.
You can
You
try
want me
it.
to storm the castle for that?
How far
You
am
could
I?
just do that right now.
How far am I? The thing is, scaling is pretty hard because I'm in the city. I don't know how far I've made it in because that's not really been
Call for a
explained.
truce.
Just
Well, I want to have
regardless, I'll
leverage.
be able to get to the capital faster. So.
You're like a 3/4 of the way there.
I don't know if
I don't. Are you sure you'd be able to get there to get to me faster?
I have a drop ship, and I can get this thing moving anytime I want.
And where are you going to land it?
Anywhere in the capital, because we're kind of on their side.
I think you're missing what I'm saying. Like, physically.
Oh, physically? I could just land it in the courtyard, or like if there's a landing bay or anything.
I don't know if there's anywhere large enough for you to.
Or I could
Landed.
drop in, because again...
Around the Capitol building, there's a giant courtyard in a park. It's surrounded
There
by
is?
a lake. Remember that the lake dome rise, like when you're on Mandalore originally?
Yep.
And the obelisk? Like that was that labyrinth space that was created.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna start making my way.
Okay,
I
I'm
guess
gonna get
I'm gonna
moving.
I'm gonna contact Molotov's elite force.
I'm gonna
Um,
get moving.
They're
and
waiting.
hang on, wait. I'm going
Fine,
to
fair enough.
crush.
You're gonna what?
Crush
Crush what?
the ship's wings.
Alex, could I jump? How far am I from the Capitol building? Could I just jump there from here?
You would not be able to jump to the
I have
Capitol
no
building.
fucking idea.
Well,
You
it,
could
it all
jump
depends
down.
on
If
where I was.
you
when
can
stopped
jump
me.
to the Capitol building,
Jump
I
to a
can jump
building.
to there.
You could
Because
jump to like
see,
a
Aiden,
building
I have
roof
this
and
fun
continue
thing that's
jumping.
called. I have this fun thing right now that's called verticality. You're on the ground.
I
You
think
could
you
jump
don't
to a
understand.
building
I don't think you understand
and
how
then
force
jump
sleep
to
works,
other buildings and then just follow that path.
which is going to be
Aiden,
pretty much the same
you
thing I'm
know
doing.
Pythagorean theorem, right?
Yes, but if an ability gives you the option to jump to a medium range, you can't just say that's long
How do you know
range
that you're
because
closer to the Capitol than I am? That's what I'm getting at. Because we have no clue where we are in relationship to anything at the moment.
well, well, I knew where your ship was, and I caught
Yeah,
you in the
Talon's
air.
like 3/4 of the way through.
How close am I to the Capitol? Then.
About 3/4.
Also, how did you know what ship was mine? Did Camark just tell you? I know
No, I have a
Camark
cam droid.
set him up before I left. Okay,
That's how
when
he
did you
knows
put this
what
on
happened.
me?
It's been following
That's
you
what
the
he
whole
flipped it.
time.
That's when he flipped a destiny point.
Wait, shouldn't I? Okay, that's fucking bullshit. Because I
No,
should
no,
have been
no,
able
no,
to
no, no.
figure that out.
He flipped it. He flipped another destiny point, to give us shitty feeds and stuff.
No, yeah. So then we flipped it again to make it so you couldn't tell we were spying on you.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
a
and I
really,
didn't
it's
even get a
really
chance?
small.
guess
I mean,
It's
I mean,
destiny
it's
points.
kind of hard to give you a chance because at that point it'd be meta. It's like, hey, make a perception roll. Why?
Oh, man,
Yeah, they
You know,
did. They did
after
the
he came
path.
over here,
I'm
you know.
pretty sure I
And they-
asked it. I'm pretty sure I asked at some point if they had anything.
And they
for me.
also flipped like 2 destiny points, and I flipped one back over to
Wait, you flipped
make it a
one and then
shitty
they.
feed.
Wait, how did they flip two?
It
You
was
said
like
there's only one
so
left.
so no, there were two
There was
separate
one
things that
left.
happened. I flipped the first one. Alex flipped something else, and then I flipped that one back again for something.
for a different favorite, pretty much.
Yeah.
Wait, but that I didn't. Okay.
No, it was to get it
Only
onto the
way that I have
dropship.
around
The second
something.
destiny point was to get it on the dropship. Originally, it wasn't on the dropship, but I had to flip it
Oh,
again to
okay,
get it
that
onto the
makes
Yeah,
dropship.
there's a fun
And
fact.
how did no one notice this in the entire Republic thing?
It's you misunderstand how
Tiny
small cam droids are, dude.
Let me look it up.
By the way, the wings are getting peeled right now.
Oh, I'm gonna jump out, and I'm kind of pissed off at Talon right now. So I originally wasn't gonna try and stop him, but I kind of want to fight him at this point. I want to see what happens.
That's a lie. You were gonna try and stop me no matter what.
I was honestly debating if I was gonna stop you or not, because honestly, I hate Deliverance because they're fucking terrorists.
That's why I'm trying to turn them away from terrorists.
Believe it or not, you can take control of a group and then change its motive.
Exactly. That's the whole goal here.
Good luck with that in Deliverance, though.
Yeah, you don't understand how fucking built in to the Mandalorian
Deliverance
culture
is
this
essentially
entire idea
religious
is.
zealots. Yeah, they're essentially religious zealots.
And I'm going to
Like, I don't even think
I'm
that
going to
this whole half and
turn
half idea is gonna be
I'm
enough
going to
for me.
turn the religious zealots against the Hutts. I'm going to scapegoat the Hutts for all the issues that we've had. And it should work perfectly. I can have Kuna plant evidence and everything.
How small of a cam droid? Because there's a few different models.
It's
'Cause
just
there's,
called
like,
a cam
there's the
droid,
one,
dude.
There's the one that Darth Maul had. Or was it Darth Maul? Or,
Dude,
one
the
with
the
Star
item
Wars.
is just called a cam droid in this.
Oh, you found it in here. I'm
Yeah,
looking at,
on
like,
Og
actual
dudes.
pictures. I'm looking at
Yeah.
pictures because I'm an idiot and forget we're playing a role playing game. Is this a It's probably an equipment, isn't it?
I mean, it's in equipment. I mean, it specifically says it's ideal for espionage purposes. So I gotta imagine it's pretty small.
I don't have any way I could. Don't have any way. Oh, no, because I don't have any Destiny points left to use that.
Yeah,
This would be a great time to use my ability, because I can retcon your. I could have retconned your retcon. That would have been great.
You know,
Also,
it's
when
kinda
did you
weird.
decide? When did you decide to retcon a camdroid? Because I've been asking Alex this entire time if people have been following me or if things were.
Well, it's not a
This
people.
was way later.
Because like.
It was
Well,
it was like. So
you
originally.
You already boarded the new ship.
So originally, what happened was we wanted to get a line of Cadmark, and
You already, yeah, it's super simple to sum up. He already boarded the new ship.
The new ship is in the dropship.
Yep.
Jeez, that's a late ass fucking.
Yep.
Oh god.
I mean, we didn't have a
That's
chance to
exactly-
talk to him beforehand.
That's exactly why I gave them a shitty
I
feed.
don't
made it
like
cryptic,
Destiny
and
points that far
and
back.
Kuna basically came out and 5-headed it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of pulled the.
This boy had like an 8-head moment.
I'm not gonna lie,
Like-
I'm not the only. You're not the only one who does espionage.
8,000 IQ.
Yeah, he
tie
told me.
things
He
together.
told me you found out about the spy that I switched.
Yeah,
Well,
I
kind
mean,
of.
Well, hold on, you
Yeah.
can't tell Alex. You can't tell him that.
Well,
I
no.
understood what you did.
No,
I
because
just-
Kuna told me. Kuna told me about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kuna literally told
Yeah,
me.
we spent like 20 minutes discussing how we thought, you were acting really weird, and just sort of all this other stuff.
I said I sent him to see my spy. He flipped it back.
Yeah.
I sent him to go and talk to someone else. He called the Venators, and then I said I see everything happening right now. Oh fuck.
Let's see. Shoot, I need Destiny points, but there's not enough.
So
They
And I got both those
lie
Destiny points for
in
you too.
My hands.
What did you say, Alex?
They all lie in my pocket.
They do.
I'm glad I gave it to
I'm
him.
trying to think of a way
Hey,
I
so
could get
I do have a
myself around
question.
that
Do you have
through
any?
this right
Do you
now,
have any
'cause I
dedicated?
want to win at this point. Like this is a contest, and I want to win.
Hot those pockets.
Do you have any dedicated
Also,
force points right now?
I feel like I would have done something to Cadmark to make like that. Like how much did Cadmark know? Did Cadmark tell?
It was
No,
about.
you
It was.
influenced-
He acted
Hey,
exactly the way Dennis would.
Yeah, I acted exactly the way Dennis
No, I'm
would.
fine.
Like,
I
I
don't
think I
think-
actually fucking nailed it. Like,
No, I'm sure you're fine
Oscar-winning
with that, but I'm
performance.
wondering what Cadmark would have seen of what I did.
second, well, very little. So he told them very little. They also
Mm-hmm.
influenced him to sabotage you, but you also influenced Dennis to not.
Well,
It was a very
I didn't.
tugging of war.
My thing. We weren't trying to sabotage. We were just trying to get him to not bring them to the planet.
Right.
Because we were convinced he was going to be bringing up.
That's sabotage.
Well, no, because like you said before, oh, he tried to get Cadmark to kill us. No, we didn't. We told Cadmark to accidentally press a wrong button. So.
Oh no. Okay, so basically, what I got at with that was after I confronted Cadmark about it, because I knew instantly after how long you guys took that you knew that this was your doing.
Hold on, wait a minute. What do you mean? How long you guys took? Is that metagaming?
Wait a minute, is that
No,
metagaming I smell?
because
That sounds like metagaming.
As metagaming.
That's
is me
hold on.
being
That's
trained
that's
as a
that's the
person.
same thing as me saying.
I made them give reasons to actually even inquire that were based on game.
What do you wait? Back up. 1 second. What I was referring to was.
I smell
First off,
metagaming
Alex
here.
shouldn't have told me that they wanted to call Cadmark, because that's where it all.
I knew it.
who's-
I
okay,
fucking
first
knew it.
First off, if if Cadmark was close enough to me, that I
That's
knew.
a metagame thing. That's a metagame thing to use knowledge, and I can't watch every single goddamn word I say.
Yeah, and there's also two sides to this where I can explain it in game, because if Cadmark was close enough to hear or know about anything that I was doing, then I would have been close enough to.
No, but
hear what was going on over the phone.
All right,
No, but you missed. That's not what we weren't trying to ask him what you were talking about. We were asking, what's going on? How's it going for you? Because I imagine you at least brought him with you.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, then, even then, if I knew that he was talking to you, which he probably would have said something that would require that, and I've been trying to hide my tracks from you guys this entire time. Suddenly, something breaks down as soon as he gets off the phone. I know something's up. Like, it's not that hard.
He wasn't off the phone.
He never went off the phone.
Okay, then that's completely different than how Alex played it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
He kept up a secret communication.
Then you guys would have totally heard me influence him.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Alex didn't tell us that, even though we had the open communication.
Okay, look, I see the guns start to turn on me. Hold up.
I wonder why the guns are turning on you, Alex.
This is the situation. This is the issue of the situations that we've put Alex into with this whole thing, where it's like.
I told Alex that I was
Look,
actively monitoring him for your.
This game has been going on for over a year, which is already a lot to keep track of. It's also an incredibly complex game that I have written.
Yeah, no, I don't blame Alex.
Including
mistake,
the 10 million subplots that you guys have going on.
Yeah, no, I said.
I am sorry if I.
Okay, basically, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna get to capital at max speed.
So am I.
We're just gonna return. Yeah, well.
We're slowing you down.
What if I stop him from tearing the wings?
You'd have to know I was You'd
because he is stronger in move, but I still have a chance.
You'd have for.
Notice you're tearing the wings off the plane that I'm in, or the dropship that I'm in.
I don't know. I think that'd be a vigilance check.
What? I mean, okay. Who says I can't just get there? I mean, I said as fast as I can. If it's slower than you, then it's slower than you.
You're not gonna be slower than me.
I said if it's
what?
If it's slower than if me getting there slower than Talon, then me getting there slower than Talon. That's all up to Alex to decide how close in I got. The entire Destiny points mechanic kind of annoy me with that, because it's like I was covering my ass super hard this entire fucking time.
Yeah, and we got sus of you.
Undo all that bullshit.
No. We had like a long discussion, and it wasn't just undo that bullshit. We had to give valid reasons why our characters would actually be sus of you. I see. The thing about the cam droid is that I actually intended to put the cam droid on you originally. I just forgot to.
Well, then I would have noticed it originally. Okay. I'm more referring to the fact that the cam droid, like, I'm completely fine with you guys figuring out I was up to something, because let's be honest, I'm not exactly hiding it very well. It's more just the whole fact of, like, the cam droid and you knew where I was.
For a moment, I did
with the dropship stuff.
But then I started fucking fine-braining it, and I'm like, my guy's switchback.
Yeah, Kuno legit.
Yeah, no, like,
honestly,
I'm completely fine with you guys figuring it out. Like, that's entirely fine.
The biggest
it's more
reason
just like the whole fact that
the cam droid.
It's more the fact that you got the cam droid on me in the first place that annoys me.
Yeah, cam droid won Destiny points, but also the fact that Kuna gave enough valid reasons to even enact upon it, because he fucking A-brained it.
Yeah, no, like, I'm completely fine with that, and there's something, and that's kind of the issue with whole Destiny points, because, like, that's suddenly a retcon, and there's nothing I can do to fix it.
Yep, Destiny
like, my entire plan just got fucked, because there's nothing I can do to fix it.
That's why I've barely used Destiny points in this entire campaign.
Which, like, again,
I mean, we barely use them at all either. This is the first time I've made use of them like that.
That's why I've tied ability point. That's why I've tied like abilities more to Destiny points.
Yeah, and I can't even use my ability because all the Destiny points are gone because we've rolled low today.
Yep.
My ability would be so good right here too. That would be amazing.
You know, the Force is strange in the way that it tends to not do what we want it to.
Yeah, it is.
All things are balanced.
Impossible.
Perhaps it is.
Side, obviously.
Well, who decides that you're on the right side? Perhaps you're bringing less balance.
That's the joke.
The joke is that the Jedi are infallible. Anyways.
No, the joke is that obviously Stanbot thinks he's doing the right thing and he's on the right side. So.
Hey, Alex, what am I at this point? Like, what is my moral area at this point?
Bro, I don't know which way is up or which way is down.
I'm still racking my brain to think anywhere through how I could fix this.
Yeah, by the way,
retcon that I've been thrown at the last minute.
Let's tear this now. Let's force him to think on his feet. Tear it. Tear it. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
okay, this all it has to involve Alex finally choosing where I am in relation to everything. 'Cause
Well,
he knows
you
where
are.
Talon is.
Talon's about 3/4 into
Yes,
the
you keep
city
on
to
saying
the
that, but
fight.
where am I?
Yeah.
You're probably.
You're about towards the middle of the city.
Talon, get ready
Okay,
to
so
jump.
if I need to get there, I need this dropship.
If you want to get there
You
before
can
Talon.
jump out and then run.
Talon,
Well,
get
I'm
ready
not
to
gonna beat him there then,
Correct.
because yes, so I need this dropship to beat him there. Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say it logically be a vigilance check to see that I'm ripping off the wings.
If he wants me to make a
Or
vigilance check,
or you could jump onto a ship that passes by because there's a bunch of like air combat too.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be hard.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh, it'd
I'm
be
gonna
hard
okay.
as hell.
If I'm gonna be a dumbass and be a dick about this whole thing, let's at least be a badass while I'm at it. I'm gonna
That's
hop
the
out of
only
the
way
ship
you can
flying by
manage
me.
that make it happen.
It's this also isn't that off because we've seen
so
Anakin literally jump onto things.
Well, right. Is force sleep an automatic thing?
No, you've got to roll for it, and that would be
Okay.
land. Hang on, let me specifically.
Well, I'm gonna have them do. Is there an acrobatics directly?
No, there's athletics. It's athletics.
All right. Then roll
Though, hang on. There is coordination. It'd be coordination, I think.
Okay. Do a
Coordination.
Daunting,
Walking across
so
a
red
narrow.
and two purple.
Walking across a narrow
Yeah.
surface. Twisted
coordination.
turds of a sewage pipe. It's agility.
Yeah, no, coordination totally makes sense. So I can use 2 force die for my coordination check, and then
Yeah,
I can
and you
also
also need to
increase my
roll-
agility.
Roll
With-
force.
Well, no,
Yeah.
hold on. Keep in mind, if you dedicate force die, you cannot use the force die during the roll. You just get a green.
Yes, I know, but I can only put. Oh wait, never mind. That's not how that works.
While this
Yeah.
is-
Roll
Yeah, that's what I was
force.
specifying.
While this is happening, I'm gonna start pulling the dropship closer to me.
So, Spencer, are you going to use them to enhance your agility at this point, or are you going to roll them with your roll?
I'm rolling them with my coordination because I can
Okay,
add
okay.
to my coordination.
A white pip can be used as either an advantage or a success.
Yep, I know. I've done this before.
All right.
You have to roll a force for
Hey,
the
Alex,
force.
can I use
sleep
any
and then-
labyrinth bullshit at my disposal right now?
Uh,
I'm
you
being
can't
so
really-
petty right now. I
You can't
totally.
really
No,
interact with the labyrinth that way.
It's okay. We're
I
all
know.
good.
Also, if you're
I'm
using,
totally being petty as hell. But
We're all good.
also, my entire plan got screwed over because of bullshit destiny points. So like.
No.
I mean, hold on, you completely screwed our plan over too. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I totally screwed.
Okay,
See, but
I'm
there's
gonna
a
give you. I'm gonna give you one chance to say yes or no as a group. I could do something real fucky ducky, but it'll give everyone the destiny points.
I'll do it. That sounds kind of fun.
I
Wait.
kinda like the-
Basila's gonna show up. I say no.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I vote A.
And you, Spencer, that ideology that you're following right there is exactly why we've grown to not trust you.
It's not Bastila.
I'm.
Oh,
yeah,
thanks.
I have
That.
a feeling.
Oh no. Wait, no, it couldn't happen at this point though. That'd be too early, wouldn't it?
What would be too early?
No, Order 66 is not happening.
Okay, I had to
Order
specify.
66 ain't happening either.
I had to
I
be
have
sure.
some guesses, but none of them make any sense to me, so I'm not even gonna bother saying them out loud. Because I don't think any of them.
No, I kind of,
If you guys want to do it, I mean.
I kind of want to race Stamvot to the Capitol building. Honestly,
Yeah, sure. Alex, what's the difficulty on me?
he said a daunting
It's
something.
a red and 2 purples, and I think you have to roll in order to be able to do the force sleep and then do your roll.
Oh yeah, you do.
Okay, so 4 sleep and then that. So.
Yep.
Ooh, God.
Okay, so you can leap to medium range.
Which should be more than enough to.
Oh wait, hold on.
get
Let me
just
confirm.
Especially to jump to another
yeah.
ship.
Also,
So
if you guys are
hop on a
close
ship
enough, you
going
can see
toward
me.
the-
Then I can't be that much far behind.
Like
that
jump
far
on a ship and
No.
go on like a trajectory that goes towards the trajectory towards the capital. Now roll your whole thing for coordination.
Is that really all the difficulty? It's a
Yeah,
flying
there's
ship.
A bunch of different ships, and he can land on something. And force with the force, like
Quite
you kind of have
significant.
Yeah.
like a
There's definitely
fusion
that
thing.
I succeed with 1 threat.
All right, so you take a couple strain when you hit the metal. But it's heading towards the capital. Now roll another force sleep to get to the ground. And Talon, you can quickly follow behind.
Before
Is that-
Actually, before that,
Yep.
I've been pulling the
Yep.
dropship, right, during this whole process.
Yeah,
And
except you're extremely weak.
So
that's
that's
fine.
not. Wait, can Kuna even affect a dropship?
I don't know.
Is
I'm
that
just
some-
letting it happen.
It,
I'm just letting it
no,
happen.
no. If he's gonna use
It can't
something
affect
to
you in
wreck
any
on me, he can't.
significant way. It
Okay,
can't. It
then
can't.
okay.
It
Well,
can't.
hold on.
affect
If
you.
he has
It's a
move, he
move.
can. Does he have move?
Can he move a silhouette?
3. Yeah, you'd
That's
have to have.
not
You have to have
dropship, so
strength. You
I
have to.
definitely can't do that. I definitely can't do that.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Which is why for sensory, I was letting him do it, but it wasn't going to
Mhm.
affect you in any way at all.
Okay.
All right. Let me
It
put
was
it
like
like
throwing pebbles at a dragon. Like,
Oh
me-
god, so
let me-
petty. I'm loving it.
Let me put it
Why am I
like
this way?
Let me put it like
it's
this.
not
Talon,
petty. It's story.
Talon, let me put it like this. How strong are your calves right now?
You
The guy's stuck in
underestimate.
Odysseus.
Listen, jump us. Let's go on the dropship. Jump us.
Wait. You want me to bring us to the dropship?
Yeah, let's just get up there.
The one that he's on?
Okay, this scale is completely fucked right now. I'm not gonna lie, because if he can jump to the dropship, you have medium range or long range.
Well, I'm holding you at medium range ish
Yeah.
right now.
Well, the dropship's about to be moving if he lets go to jump, because he cannot
Yeah.
do both at the same time.
Well, unless I jump with athletics, but yeah.
I feel
True,
like,
but you're not going to be able to jump that far with athletics.
Yeah.
You can definitely jump pretty good with athletics, but I don't think you could jump all the way to the
jump
dropship.
on a moving ship. Talon can jump on a moving ship.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but I
with
don't think I could.
athletics,
I
I'm
don't
moving
think I
with
could
force.
jump medium range without force jump.
Yeah, he can't. If he had force jump, totally, but he can't. He cannot at the same time hold the dropship, and use the force to jump. There's one or the other.
Could I let go of the? Nah, I was that.
No,
I
because
don't want to
everyone's
do
gonna
that.
Speed away.
No, I was gonna say, could I let go of the dropship and grab you while you were in the air? But nah, I feel that no.
Oh, this is okay. We need to wrap this up at some point soon, because Alex's head is gonna explode if we last too long. If this goes on too much longer.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna let go of the ship, grab hold of Kuna, and I'm just gonna haul.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll
even though
force.
Talon
I'm
is-
gonna roll a mix of force leaps and a mix of athletics.
I'm also going to bolster his abilities during this.
Okay. So my force leap. Yep. I'm
Yeah,
a
that's
okay.
fine.
What's the difficulty for this athletics here?
I don't know. Red and 3 purple, 2 purple.
Alex, I'm going to use my field commander skill to attempt to give him more moves and actions.
I've been saving my.
Okay,
ability
that's
to betray you
that
guys too.
and that.
It's never come.
Okay, so
Just
I've
kidding, not
got
betray. Nick, what did you do?
Oh, sorry.
I've got 6 successes and 4 advantage as my athletics roll. And oh, by the way, do you have force leap as a maneuver unlocked, Spencer?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you're rolling to give me extra maneuvers.
Yes, I'm rolling to make you do it more often than he can.
Also, I have a ship, and I know he can force leap quickly, but there's no way he's outpacing the ship.
I mean, you're flying through a fire zone,
Yeah, you think they're.
Yeah.
and you'd have to find a place to land.
No, I can just jump off
He's
once
gonna
he gets
jump
close
off.
enough. I can jump off once he gets close enough. I don't have to land. What are you talking about?
And by the way, was this ship heading straight for the building? It wasn't going in like a slightly different.
That he would find a trajectory.
Okay.
Step by step, that goes trajectory towards it.
So
Yeah.
I guess if we're breaking this into turns, Alex, because I'm just gonna do a bunch of field commander rolls to make him faster, pretty much. He's gonna be.
I'll tell you this: if
He's also remember he's gonna take hella strain by doing that.
If you
I don't
can
think it's gonna
roll-
top him out.
Yeah, if you can roll a triumph, then something would actually impact this. Otherwise, Standbot's getting there first.
Okay.
He didn't.
Triumph.
Okay.
You
Nick
triumph.
has to roll a triumph because Talon already didn't.
Nick has to roll a triumph.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's a pretty good chance, honestly. He got pretty good odds right there. I ain't gonna lie.
That's not bad. It's a
Oh,
leadership
yeah.
roll, right?
Is there any chance I could use some force powers to like screw with Kuna's head at the moment?
No influence.
Also, how the hell can he force? This isn't okay. I'm just gonna let it go because it's game. But
Wait,
how
where-
the hell
where-
does this work?
Where
is
is
like
he?
pointing out routes or something?
Bruh, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Yeah.
That would be my guess if we're talking.
You know, maybe he points at. Look at that springboard right there. You can use that to launch yourself forwards.
Well, Kuna's force flavor so far kind of seems like premonition-y in nature, so maybe he has like a premonition on what's the easiest way to go.
Also, what's
Path
my?
of least resistance.
We could think of it in the opposite manner.
What's the difficulty for this?
Where-
Anything I could do to increase that out?
It's just my one
Field
leadership.
commander's based on
Yeah, it's got its
set
own set
stuff.
roll. Yeah.
If we want to say flavor, it could just be the opposite. Whereas you run into trouble while we don't. Like you don't. If we want to say that, I mean, like we run in. We manage to avoid, like, say, a firefight, but you would pass straight over it, and so.
No, I'm completely fine with like Kuna giving him tips. I'm just curious as to how the heck that works.
Hell if I know.
How the hell did
I'm
Yoda
just curious.
teach Luke on his back?
True, but that's a very different situation. But I'll let it slide.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Is it?
Feel my sweats drip on your back, you will.
Alright, hold up. I have to pull up my. Okay, it's 2. Alright. Oh, this is what I'm built for. Let's fucking do it. Womp.
Let me use the restroom. Be back.
That's it. Is there anything I could do to increase that, Alex?
That's it.
Could I block his force power or something? I mean,
No.
it doesn't matter if he succeeds or not, just if he gets a triumph. So maybe downgrade it.
Kuna, if you get 2 triumphs, you beat Standbot there. If you get 1, you're very close behind.
I can beat him. Double or nothing. So I'll take,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
so he
that
only
is the
needs
thing.
1 then.
Oh,
Nothing.
And no cigar.
double re-roll because or I have that ability.
Still nothing.
Re-roll.
How many of these?
He
This is so broke. Your character is so broken, and I love it.
Got
It's
it.
great.
On the
there
third
you go.
try, you finally get it.
Done.
Alright, you beat him.
And there's still.
Barely.
See, I hate how powerless I am in this because I should be.
Can I just give the flavor that as we're leaping past, we see the drop ship. I'd leap over to the drop. Well,
Yeah.
wait, what? I thought you were.
I jumped onto other ship. Remember?
Yeah, I thought you were zooming on a drop ship that was heading to the
I don't know
capital.
what kind of ship it is. It might be a drop.
I would
I'm not
assume
sure
it's a
yet.
drop ship.
I'm just on a ship. It could be a fighter.
Yeah, no, I've made Kuna to
Insert ship here.
Oh, okay, well, either way, I jump onto the front of that, give Sam a little wave, and then fucking leap, like breaking the sound barrier to the.
Hey, buddy, relax your shoulders, put your head forward, and you'll feel the sound barrier peeling away.
Skadoosh.
As they jump through me, can I do something to them?
Well,
Probably
no, because this is just flavor.
They jump under you, kind of. They just jump. They're basically right in front of the building as you're jumping towards them. Like you're extremely close to the front as well.
Okay. Do I need to do another
They're
force
just
leap thing?
You could try to do a maneuver to get around them. Like you could jump back up and crash through a window up higher. Like, I think we. No, that wouldn't really apply here. Yeah, you could try to smash through a window.
I'm still sick that I can't use my ability right now. That would be so good.
Yeah, that would have been a good time.
Oh, I completely forgot about
Again,
my
You
ability.
could use it, but I go crazy spooky doo-doo.
I'm confused at what that means, but I kind of want to use it, but it's also
Don't.
probably not worth it because, like,
This is
I
just
don't know.
This is a little bit of party differences, a little bit of friendship, mishaps.
yeah, I'll get it in a minute, Dad.
Everyone hits their bumps in the road. This is just our bump right now. We're just in a big.
So, like, God. I mean, I'm not gonna force him. I'm not gonna let him do it if you guys don't want it, because that's just mean. So.
We're in a speed bump in our relationship right now, Standby.
Huh, you think?
Remember, every force leap you take, I can take 2.
Hi.
Anything you can do, I can do faster.
I can make it faster than you.
See, this would have been so much better with my original plan, but Kuna just had to go. Well, Alex just had to go and call Bastila there. I was originally gonna take Kuna out covertly, because without Kuna, you guys would ultimately fail. That was my original plan.
That's pretty rude. I can't
Well,
believe
I
you do
wouldn't
that to
actually
Nick.
kill him, obviously. You know, just give him a nice vacation. For, like, a
That's
few
like
hours
the
until
most
things
mafia manner of killing someone I can think of.
I'm not, again, I'm not actually.
You
gonna
sound
kill
like
him.
you're
I just
gonna
have to
kill him.
remove
Hey,
from the moment.
beep it up and the boo. You give him a little vacation, yeah?
Okay, I don't know what this is gonna do for me, but Alex said one more first leap, so I get 3. I don't know if that does.
That
anything.
it doesn't. It's just medium
Well,
range.
you could jump and crash into a window. Like, you avoid them.
Okay, I guess. I was just gonna meet them there, and
Wait, what? Yeah, what do you mean avoid us? It's not like we're intercepting him at all. I was just saying,
Well,
floor.
He was trying to get there first, which is why I thought
Yeah.
that there was a purpose to that.
No, my thing was just a like kind of a show off of how fast Talon could be. Like kind of just land on the front of the ship
yeah,
and then
with
break the
cheating
sound barrier.
with Keen.
Yeah, and then breaking the sound barrier
My
to leap
God,
towards the
that was
capital.
the purpose of it.
It was just a yeah, it was just a
Yeah, no,
fucking.
listen, Alex, I hope you know that
Holy
the
shit.
entire back half of this session has literally just been one petty grudge after another. There is no purpose to any of this. I mean, I'm not gonna let them take the planet on their own. Planets.
Okay.
But,
We'll leave it there for now. Cliffhanger.
okay. Also, how
Okay.
soon after do Standbot 2 and Maul show up?
Oh man, I don't know. Let me think on that.
So you left them on the ship that was falling.
No, it wasn't following because you didn't actually rip off the wings. And
Well, that's because Alex never told me to roll for it.
Also, Maul would like resist it or something.
All right.
Yeah, there's two.
So
two
so I
powerful-
need a
two
heads
Force
up.
Users, one of them is way more powerful than I am. The other one is Maul. So.
All right.